Imagine a device that could let you watch history unfold, not through books, not through imagination, but as if you were watching a live broadcast from the past. Sounds like something out of science fiction, right? Well, in the 1950s, an Italian priest named Father Pellegrino Ernetti claimed he had helped build exactly that, a mysterious device called the Chronovisor. But who was Father Ernetti? Unlike most priests, he wasn't just a religious scholar. He was also a scientist, musician, and expert in ancient languages. His deep knowledge of sound and acoustics led him to an unusual idea. What if sounds and images from the past never completely disappeared? What if they were still floating around in the universe, waiting to be picked up, just like a radio or television signal? According to Ernetti, the Chronovisor worked like a television for time. It could tune into past events, capturing the energy traces left behind. He claimed he worked on this invention with a team of 12 scientists, including Enrico Fermi, who built the first nuclear reactor, and Wernher von Braun, one of the world's most famous rocket engineers. If true, this meant that some of the greatest minds in history had contributed to a project that could change the way we see time itself. Ernetti said the Chronovisor allowed him to witness history firsthand, including ancient Roman plays, lost speeches by historical figures, and even the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. But despite these bold claims, he never publicly showed any proof. Instead, he insisted that the Vatican had ordered the Chronovisor to be hidden away, fearing that it was too powerful for the world. As expected, many people were skeptical. Was the Chronovisor a real breakthrough, a hoax, or something in between? Until his death in 1994, Ernetti never took back his story. So, was this the greatest lost invention in history, or just an elaborate legend? If the Chronovisor was real, how exactly did it work? How could a machine tune into the past and show events that happened centuries ago? According to Father Pellegrino Ernetti, the Chronovisor wasn't a time machine in the traditional sense. It didn't transport people through time. Instead, it acted like a receiver that could pick up and display past events, much like a television or radio picking up old signals. But what kind of signals? Ernetti claimed that everything that has ever happened leaves behind energy waves. Sounds, images, and movements don't just vanish. They linger in the environment, imprinted in some way into the fabric of the universe. Chronovisor, according to him, was designed to detect and reconstruct these energy traces, allowing people to see and hear the past as if it were a recorded broadcast. The device was described as having three key components. 1. Antennas. Made of mysterious exotic alloys, these antennas were designed to pick up energy waves from the past. 2. A directional tuner. This allowed the user to select a specific time and location in history, much like setting a dial on a radio. 3. A visual and audio output. A screen and speakers that displayed the retrieved events as moving images and sound, just like a TV broadcasting from the past. Imagine being able to turn a dial and witness ancient Rome, or hear lost speeches from history. If true, this would mean that every moment in time still exists somewhere, waiting to be accessed. However, many scientists doubt this is possible. Modern physics tells us that time doesn't work like a radio broadcast. Sound and light waves don't just float around forever. They disperse, scatter, and become part of the background noise of the universe. But Ernetti insisted that the Chronovisor could filter out this noise and reconstruct past events with perfect accuracy. He even claimed that his team used it to witness Napoleon's military campaigns, ancient Greek tragedies, and even biblical events. Yet, despite these claims, no one outside Ernetti's circle ever saw the machine in action. No blueprints, no photographs, no scientific explanations were ever provided. So, was the Chronovisor a groundbreaking lost invention or a clever fabrication? If the Chronovisor truly worked, what did Father Pellegrino Ernetti and his team witness? One of the most astonishing claims Ernetti made was that he and his team witnessed the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. He described seeing Jesus on the cross, surrounded by Roman soldiers and mourners. He even claimed they recorded and documented the event. But when asked for proof, he only presented a blurry image of Jesus, which was later found to be suspiciously similar to a statue of Christ found in Italy. But that wasn't the only historical moment he claimed to have seen. Ernetti also said he used the chronovisor to witness Napoleon's speeches and military strategies during his conquests. Ancient Rome, watching how people lived, how they spoke, and even how Julius Caesar moved through the city. The lost plays of ancient Greece, including a tragedy by the playwright Sophocles that had been missing for over 1,000 years. He even attempted to recreate parts of the script from memory, though historians were skeptical. Ernetti insisted that the chronovisor was incredibly powerful, allowing them to access any point in history. He even suggested that the Vatican used it in secret to confirm biblical events and historical truths. But if all of this were true, why wasn't the world shown undeniable proof? Ernetti claimed that the Vatican ordered the chronovisor to be dismantled because of the dangers it posed. He warned that if such a machine fell into the wrong hands, it could rewrite history, destroy privacy, and be misused for power and control. Yet, despite his detailed accounts, skeptics argue that no real evidence of the chronovisor has ever been found. The science behind the chronovisor, could it be real? The idea of a device that can see into the past sounds incredible, but is it even scientifically possible? Could the chronovisor be more than just a myth? Father Ernetti claimed that everything that has ever happened leaves behind energy traces, images, sounds, and movements that never fully disappear. His theory suggests that these traces could be retrieved like old radio or TV signals, allowing the chronovisor to reconstruct history. But does modern science support this idea? Does the past leave an imprint? Some scientists believe that, in theory, light and sound from the past could still exist in some form. Here's why. Light travels at a finite speed. This is why when we look at distant stars, we're actually seeing them as they were millions of years ago. Sound and electromagnetic waves travel through space, but on Earth, they fade quickly due to interference, absorption, and energy loss. For the chronovisor to work, it would need to recover and reconstruct these lost waves, a process far beyond current technology. Some scientists suggest that our universe might function like a hologram, where all information, past, present, and future, exists simultaneously in a complex energy field. If this theory is correct, a device like the chronovisor could, in theory, tap into these energy records and reconstruct past events. Quantum physics has introduced strange ideas about time and reality. Some theories suggest that information is never truly lost, only transformed. Concepts like the many worlds interpretation and retrocausality propose that the past and future might be more connected than we think. However, there's no solid evidence that we can tune into the past like a television broadcast. The major scientific problems. 1. Signal degradation. Light and sound waves scatter and weaken over time, making them impossible to recover after just a few seconds, let alone centuries. 2. Lack of evidence. Ernetti never showed blueprints or technical details, making his claims impossible to verify. 3. Vatican suppression? The idea that the Vatican hid such an advanced device is intriguing, but no credible documents confirm this. Could a chronovisor ever exist? While science doesn't completely rule out the possibility of time-viewing technology in the distant future, the chronovisor itself remains highly doubtful. Right now, no known principles of physics allow for the kind of detailed time reconstruction that Ernetti described. The chronovisor has remained one of the most mysterious and controversial topics in history. If it never existed, why did Father Ernetti stick to his story until his death? And if it did exist, who could have had a reason to hide it from the world? Could modern science someday rediscover what Ernetti claimed to have found? The chronovisor may be lost to history, but the mystery still lingers. Was it the greatest invention hidden from the world, or just a fantasy story? As science advances, could we one day unlock the secrets of time itself? If you enjoyed this dive into history's biggest mystery, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories. Hit the bell icon to never miss out, and let us know in the comments, what do you think? Was the chronovisor real? The mystery isn't over. Stay tuned.